Hello, Patriots. This is yet another video that I didn't think I would be making, but I feel it's important, especially since the Gomez Report is a friend who I've interacted with on Discord and YouTube more than once. Awesome guy. You should sub to his channel, by the way. And I know that this video that I'm making isn't really going to serve as a plug for his channel. I only have 14 subscribers as of the moment. So this video is more for Gomez, uh, and just more reasons for him to continue the fight. I think people have been covering the emotion of the story that I'm about to cover more so than the why of it and the what do we do about it. So yeah, that's basically what this video is going to be. So for anybody who doesn't know what's been happening out of my 14 current subscribers, the Gomez Report, who is a very pro 1A, pro 2A YouTuber. We can go to his bio. Mexican American, 16 years old, junior in high school, Cincinnati, Ohio. I expose those who need to be, regardless of political affiliation. Subscribe if you will like what you see. If you want to get a hold of me, and then he puts his email here. And then he's also put the dates of his milestones and subscribers. Man, that's a dream. Let's get there, guys. But anyways, what happened is in his school in Cincinnati, Ohio, he wore a Pro 2A shirt. This is the shirt. He actually wore a sweatshirt version of this, but it's a Colin Noir shirt. Colin Noir is a Second Amendment YouTuber, so he wore merch from this YouTuber to school, which I'll admit is a ballsy move, especially in Cincinnati, even though Ohio is a red state. But the Gomez Report really hasn't ever been afraid of anybody. He posts raw, unedited clips on its YouTube channel that could easily get bigger ones demonetized. So, I mean, he's even taken on the amazing Lucas and gotten the guy to drastically change how he does streams just to protect himself. So, the guy's obviously having an impact up the food chain. So, anyways, he walked into his school, and then his principal saw him wearing this sweatshirt and pulled the guy aside. And I guess the principal was really rude to him. Obviously, Cincinnati is going to be a left-leaning district, but typical liberals, uh, rude to this YouTuber, and he confiscated this guy's sweatshirt because it incites violence, quote unquote. Even though plenty of other people in his school, by Gomez himself's own reporting, are allowed to walk around with "No Justice, No Peace" masks. So yeah, what do you think incites more violence, this or "No Justice, No Peace"? By the way, Gomez, if you could get pictures of that kind of merch being worn around your school and get that to your lawyer, that would be awesome. It would be even better if you could post that on YouTube without doxing people, uh, because that just takes another brick out of the school board's arsenal. So what happens is, he's not somebody to get pushed around. He decides to go back into the principal's office and demand his sweatshirt back during school hours, and he records this conversation. And I know that both the school board and some people I've seen on YouTube have jumped down his throat over recording this uh, without their consent. And to that, I just have to say this: Ohio is a one-party consent state, where if you record someone and you are consenting to that recording, you don't have to inform them that they're being recorded. So, can you secretly record someone in Ohio? As a general rule, under Ohio and federal law, it is not a criminal offense to secretly record conversations, including conversations that take place at work. That could be also stretched to school. so long as one of the participants is aware the conversation is being recorded, in which case Gomez himself says during a stream, I believe it's this stream, that he gave himself the consent to do it, which technically counts as the one-party consent. Therefore, he was not obligated to reveal to the principal that he was being recorded. So the school board doesn't have an argument there, which is something they've tried to bully him about, and they've tried to get him to take down this video, which will be linked in the description of my video. Watch this entire thing, or rather listen to it. So he goes in, he records the dialogue, the conversation, and he demands his sweatshirt back under the guise of it's a violation of his First Amendment rights, especially if other people can wear arguably worse stuff, and it was already pre-decided with his parents that this was okay. So I'll play snippets of this.
You know where he is?
Yeah. You're gonna have a seat. I'm gonna have to find him.
Okay.
So talking to the school assistant, probably the receptionist to the principal. This is step down.
Are you on a walkie?
So he probably just got called something rather obscene by the teacher's
Mr.
assistant.
Gomez is here. He says he's extremely cold and he wants his hoodie back, and that's not what you set up with him.
You can deal with it.
So a student is cold, you have their sweatshirt, and you're denying it back to them. Great principle already, guys.
Well, it's not just that. It's like I checked the dress code. There's nothing in the dress code that violates that. So,
Fun fact, he did in fact post the dress code in its entirety on his YouTube channel, and I've read all of this through. And being the son of a lawyer, I'm not offering you legal advice here. You have a lawyer for that. But from what I can read in here, you'd have to stretch this one thing in order to even try and encompass what you did. And this would easily encompass those other masks and merch that you said people have been wearing, which is another reason why you should get pictures of that and post it here and give it to your lawyer as proof of this.
I mean, like, what?
Not gonna happen, brother. You're not gonna have your hoodie back.
Okay. Why? And give a valid reason, because you already look like a piece of trash.
Until 7 o'clock.
Why not?
I've already explained it. You're not.
I know, but I checked the dress code and there's nothing. It's not promoting any violence. I've seen plenty of other.
Sweatshirt's not promoting violence.
It's not promoting.
Put it in the comments, guys. Is this promoting violence, especially in contrast to allegedly what other people have been wearing?
Violence.
Okay, here's the answer. You're not getting it back.
Okay, well then, can you guys change the dress code then? Because that's not like.
Well, that's a logical thing to ask. If the dress code does, in fact, forbade you to wear that, why not make the dress code more specific? I think that solves the entirety of the problem, because then Gomez doesn't have an argument, and then there's no dispute. And then you don't look like as much of a piece of trash on camera as you do now.
Like,
no.
That's a Board of Education.
I have seen a mask.
We'll call Mom.
Okay, cool.
Masked and incite violence, we'll get to that later. Sure, just push the valid part of the argument aside. Typical do.
What's your last name?
Gomez.
You can shut the door.
Okay, so close the door.
Carlos?
Yeah.
I'd very much like to know what was said during that bleep. If it was personal information, I understand why it was bleeped out, but if that's an obscenity, you could make an argument for child abuse right there.
Yes.
Gotcha.
parents right now.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. High School, how are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
Good. Hey, I'm one of the principals up here, and I've worked with Carlos this
Okay,
morning.
one of the principals. That means there are others. So Gomez, I'd like to know if this was the principal who took the sweatshirt away from you, or if this was a different one that was referred to. Because in that case, then this is more than one people on this school board, and that needs to be addressed.
And then he came back to kind of revisit the topic. So Carlos came in this morning, and he's not in trouble. He's not. There's no.
He's not in trouble, and he's only getting threatened with legal action now and disciplinary action, which is serious stuff, especially against a minor. But he's not in trouble.
It was like suspension or detention or anything involved with this, but
Again, no disciplinary action at all, quote unquote. And then they go and they're now monitoring his channel because of the video he posted. Not only that, but my school is threatening me with discipline for recording them. Yeah. Watch this video, watch this stream if you guys haven't already. It's with Gen Z Patriot and the and another YouTuber who I'm blanking on their name at the moment, but he gives a lot more details and context in this video.
he doesn't agree with the decision, and I just wanted to kind of get you involved.
He doesn't agree
So
with the
I-
decision
my- one-
because it's a blatant violation of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. This being a public school, basically you can negate Congress and go with government. Hence, public school shall make no law, no rule, respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Tell me how this is not being violated. Seriously, school board, if you end up seeing this video somehow, please contact me through my email and tell me how this is not being violated.
One of my duties in the morning is to stand in the commons, and as students come in, hey, put your mask up, hey, just dress code, and hey, how are you, just stuff like that. So Carlos walks in this morning, and I notice he's got a black hoodie on that's got a image of a assault rifle on the front of it.
This is not an assault rifle, it is an AR-15 carbine. Technically, it is an Armalite rifle, AR-15. It is in no way an assault rifle. Assault rifle is a term coined by Adolf Hitler during the build-up to World War II in order to justify the confiscation of all automatic weapons and all firearms from the German populace in order so that he could enact the Kristallnacht and the Holocaust. So this is not, in fact, an assault rifle. There is no such thing as an assault rifle. It is a made-up term, and your use of this term also shows that you are biased toward the left.
Are you familiar with that one?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So the rest of the conversation is mostly just a conversation with
For you
his
for this
parent.
because it's a sensitive topic.
We it's fine. You're allowed to as there's plenty of case law in the history. I forget what the name of the case is, but students wearing black armbands to school to protest the Vietnam War.
That's not even close to the same, but whatever.
That's not a direct link to violence. That's a peaceful protest. And this is where our judgment gets involved, obviously.
This is him wearing casual attire, and then you're denying it back to him even though he's cold.
Where no justice, no peace. Sure, I get it. That's definitely a cause. And
so that comment, or that him posting that video, sparked a lot of outrage with the school board. They're now threatening him with legal action. So he had to go get a lawyer. They're threatening him with discipline at school, which is just being a bunch of thugs. There's no conceivable legal reason that they would do that. And they're monitoring his channel. This is a complete this is a private channel. In essence, it is public, okay? However, it is run by a private entity as much as far as the school is concerned. And again, there is absolutely no wrongdoing in this video. He's completely allowed, completely legally justified in recording this and posting this. So, where Gomez is at right now is he is being threatened with legal action as a minor, but of course he's not in trouble, right? And uh, people have been talking about the emotion of this story as, oh, a big overbearing bad government school wants to take away people's First Amendment. Gomez, I think this is a huge opportunity that you've been presented. These thugs want to take you to court, or at least they're trying to threaten you into submission with that statement. I'd take them up on it. I would blast this story everywhere and get the funding you need for a court fight. And then, with the help of your parents, I would take this to court. And here's why. Because there have been other cases like this. And in each and every one of them, the school board has either backed off when people threaten legal action back, or they've won against the system. Now, one victory in and of itself does little, but once these cases of people winning these cases, once these start building up, it creates a precedent. And what that precedent does is say you get a really hot case, and it doesn't just stay at a local level. It gets appealed to an appellate court, and the appellate court sends it to the Supreme Court. Now you have a precedent that the Supreme Court can look at with all of these other local cases, and they're already more inclined to side with you based on the legal precedent that has already been set. I'm not saying that this case could even possibly reach the Supreme Court. I mean, it could, but it's very highly unlikely. However, what it does is it strikes a blow for free speech at the teachers' unions, at the school boards, and this is vital for the censorship fight that's raging right now in this country. So, if nothing else, that's why you need to fight these people. That's why you have to win, because it sets that precedent, it builds that foundation for future cases to come along and outlaw and just get rid of this behavior from schools in general, this absolute double standard that has been set up in our school system. That's why you need to fight and win. And I hope that you see this video. I hope that your parents see this video. And I hope that the school board sees this video so that they understand that this isn't simply something that they can just threaten you with. This is serious stuff, and it has massive implications both socially and politically. And also, if this were to go, in the rare chance that it goes to an appellate court or the Supreme Court, the name of this school is getting doxxed. Okay, people will know about it across the country, and that's bad publicity for the school, and the school doesn't want that. And that's the potential that this kind of thing has. So you hold all the cards right now. I just want to make that clear. They're being thugs. They're making threats they can't substantiate, or if they can, it's completely against their interest to do it. Anyways, for the rest of my audience, again, I apologize. This is not the kind of content I want to be making on my channel, but I just feel that Gomez being a friend, I had to do this for him, and I had to get this word spread around the internet. Guys, blast bigger YouTube channels about this. Get them to cover this story. It's vital that Gomez wins this, and a big part of that is going to be knowledge about this going on the internet, and we can affect change in that. So blast this to everybody you can. Blast it to Colin Noir is a good person to go to. Brandon Tatum, Project Veritas, Tim Pool, The Quartering, Sydney Watson, Oreo Express. Go to the Hogcast. The Hogcast, I will link his channel in the description of my video. He will definitely run this story if you approach him with it. And he's got about as big of a base as Gen Z Patriot does right now, but also a different audience. So there are people who will run this story, Gomez. Don't think that you're alone in this